is already the 10th. So that means tonight, depending on where you're located, at 12:01 Pacific time, 12:01 Pacific time, 2:01 here in Austin, Texas, and even at a more awful time, 3:01 Eastern time, you will be able to place your order for the Apple Watch if you're going to be getting one of these things. Now, I don't know why they do this, why they start taking these orders at midnight. It's not, you know how you have to wait out, Hattie, how you have to wait for, look at that shot. Look at your new shot.
I like it. See,
It's a good shot.
I'm addressing the shot. Now I'm addressing you. And now I'm looking at me on the camera.
So we got Hattie's camera is at a new location.
It's there.
For those who are
behind Dan's head.
Enjoying just the audio version of this. Of course, you can't see what we're talking about, and that's all right.
The theater.
Anyway, Hattie's got a new camera set up, and I still want you to fix this number 2 shot for me.
What would you like? Just lower, just the whole thing lower.
I think it should come lower and over now, so it's not blocking the intern desk. Once I decide to allow an intern in here.
I think it should go back towards the window a little bit, and then come down.
And I'm back on the stick boom.
Yep, me too.
I like it. Hattie's on a stick boom. I'm on a stick boom.
I think that I'm keeping mine. I'm making a mandate.
You like that? You like that effect? Anyway, it's enough fun for. We've got a great show, and tomorrow we've got an extra special show. But there are some other things that are going on that I want to tell you guys about. Some just kind of news and updates, other shows that we're doing here on the network that you may find of interest. So here we go.
It's Inside Baseball.
Okay, we've got a really special show coming up that Merlin and I are doing today. It is a special at the movies. All of those are relatively special, I think. But this is a very special one because we're doing one of the all-time great movies, The Big Lebowski. Merlin and I will be talking about that. That's today at 1
Central, 2 Eastern.
2 Eastern time, 1 Central, and 11 Pacific time. We're going to be broadcasting it live, and of course it will be available for a download later. Shortly, not immediately, because what we do with these shows, they're a little bit special. They're more of a production. We embed music into them. We do little quotes and other things from the movie, excerpts from the movie. Great stuff. We put a lot of time and effort into this, and I'm very excited about doing that show with him. Following up in the weeks to come, is it next week that I'm doing Jeff Cannata, or is that? Look at that new shot. I'm very pleased with that.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Next week is Jeff Cannata, or is next week John Roderick? I'm doing the Blues Brothers. She doesn't know.
I think John Roderick and then Jeff Cannata.
You don't know, though.
No. I that's what you've been saying.
Do you want to bet?
Stake my life on it?
Do you want to bet?
Yeah.
How much?
How much is my life worth?
Lunch? No.
Oh.
Lunch at the Chicken Place today.
Yeah.
If it's Jeff Cannata next
Roderick.
week, then okay.
I know it.
Okay. Well, betting is illegal at Bushwood. So, John Roderick, we're doing the Blues Brothers, and then Jeff Cannata and I are doing Annie Hall, and then I think the following week I'm trying to schedule something with Tom Merritt. I won't give away what his movie is, though, because you'd never guess what this is.
I don't think that I would have pinned Jeff Cannata for
Annie Hall.
Annie Hall. That also. But you know what? That's why the show is so good.
Because you don't know what to expect from Jeff Cannata,
right.
host of DLC. Could you put DLC into the show notes?
I sure can.
Anyways, I'm very excited to do that. We're also doing a special Grit, because last week we had the internet issue. So this week we're doing Grit, and I will be doing calls on Grit and a podcast method episode. And Hattie is going to find time between now and tomorrow to do the frequency.
To wrangle
also.
You in to help me do the frequency.
Right. So that's all we've got for Inside Baseball. All right, enough of that. I don't know what I'm going to do about this watch. You're not getting a watch, Hattie. We've already established that. But a lot of my friends are going to be getting them, and I haven't really been able to get a consensus. So I decided that I should leave it in the hands of my beloved listeners to tell me how I should get the watch. And I have decided, based on what my son was saying in our most recent episode of Cash's Corner, what exactly, whether or not I should get one. He made some really good points and convinced me that I should definitely get the watch. So I am going to be doing that. I am going to be getting the watch. I was talking to my friend Horace Dedew. He is host of Critical Path. And I asked him which watch he would be getting. And he said that I think there's a European influence going on here, a little bit of a European influence, because he said he would get the aluminum, entry-level aluminum one, because his theory is he's going to be getting, because of his job and his analyzing and everything else, he's going to be getting one of these things.
He has to have the newest one.
He's got to get it every year.
Right. Can't just get one and then have it forever.
Right. It's not like you're getting a timepiece you're going to hand down to people. You're going to get this. You're going to get it every year. And, whoa, what's happening over there?
I haven't made
Do you need
any
help?
noises. No. I was doing it off screen.
I know,
so
but
that
I'm
no one would
calling
know.
you out on it.
I don't know why you do that. I try and make your show perfect.
I know. It needs a hand, doesn't it? Look at her. Do you want my help? I'm going to help you. All right, fine. You don't need anyone's help. You don't get anyone's help.
There, it's better.
Chinaman.
Okay. So Horace said he would get the aluminum one, the 48 millimeter, or 42, is it rather? And he would get it with the white band.
The white sport
The
band.
white sport band.
Yeah.
The entry-level one. So what I've decided I'm going to get, I'm pretty close to deciding that I will be, since I too will likely get one each year, I think I will get the aluminum one with the black band. That's what I'm leaning toward right now. The only other choice that I had would be the stainless steel one with the leather band. But I feel every review that we keep going over, we keep reading about, we keep hearing about every single time, is that this thing is very much a first generation device. I don't know how much the hardware will change. We don't know how much the hardware is going to change. We don't know.
Right.
But we do know the software will change a lot. I assume the software updates will fix this, in whatever people eventually determine is broken will be fixed by the hardware. But I, for one, feel like first generation, I'll go with the low end one, and then I will perhaps, if I find that I do use it after a year and decide to get a new one, then maybe I'll invest more.
Right. You didn't.
You're a little far from your mic.
It's
May I
falling.
please
Yes,
May I
help
please
me.
help you? All right.
Why does it keep falling? There. Now. That should be good. Huh. Yes, it's a little high, but it will lower
It won't.
throughout the
It
show.
won't lower.
I know it will.
It won't lower. But see, now you're perfect mic technique.
Right on the mic.
Yeah. See, I would rather you have really good mic technique and it be...
Then like hunching down. Did you see me? I was like going down.
Yes, you were
to it.
trying to stay with your...
It's like I sound really quiet. I can't completely move my mouth 100%.
Okay. Anyway.
Oh,
So what I would like would
soundboard.
be... Let me just get to this. I would like for my listeners here of this show, the amazing listeners and viewers that we have, to decide how to order this thing. Because here are my choices. I've narrowed this down, and I would like you to assist me in the best way to do this. Choice number one, I go to sleep as early as possible tonight, and I set an alarm for about 1:55, wake up at 1:55, go to the computer, and put in the order there, and then try to go back to bed. That's disruptive to my sleep. The whole first few hours of the night are going to be weird, but at least maybe I'd get 4 hours of sleep before it, and then couple hours after it. I'll be messed up, but what are you going to do? I'll have done it. I know I won't be able to get back to sleep right away, but I'll try, and by about 5:30 in the morning, I'll be sleeping, and then I'll have to wake up. So that's my first choice. The second choice is going to be I would stay up until 2 in the morning, do the order, and then go to sleep. By then, I'll be exhausted. The second wind will be wearing off, and then I'll be... It is lower. Did you push it lower, or is it just getting...
It's progressively lower.
No, it's the same. No, it's the same. It's
Really?
right touching the bottom of your... Oh, sit back up. It's right at the bottom of your chin right now. Let's see if it...
Yeah, there. Remember
Okay. Freeze yourself in that pose.
it.
All right. And then I'll still be super tired tomorrow.
How
Super
many
tired
hours of
tomorrow.
sleep is that? 2 to 3?
That would be 4
3,
hours.
4.
that's going to come out for.
But you know what? I feel like there are certain times in my sleep cycle where it's like 4 hours, I feel great. And then
Yeah.
5, kill me. 6, kill
Great.
me.
Oh, okay.
7, better. 8, amazing.
Yeah.
And then anything past that, then when you get into like the double digits, then I start feeling sick
Yeah.
when I wake
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like 10 hours, it feels good, but I also feel sick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, and I've slept 10 hours. I think I should just continue sleeping the whole day.
Mm.
That's how I feel.
Okay. So this would be 4 hours. This would be in the same kind of way that you feel when you're like you've got to get a flight somewhere, and you're packing. You're up late packing, and then finally in the morning you're ready and you realize, oh crap, I only slept for 4 hours. I was up till 2 packing, and I got to be there at a 7 a.m. flight. So that's or option number 3, screw all of that. Set my alarm for whatever time I usually wake up, maybe a little bit earlier, and just order the thing when I get there. So there's going to be a poll, and the poll's going to be at 5by5.tv/dbh/25 will be a link to the poll. I'll also tweet about the poll. And those are your only options. There will not be a place for the smart Alex to write in and fill in the blank and say, you're stupid for getting a watch $1. Buy one on eBay after everyone realizes that they hate it. You know what I mean? Like these are not the valid answers. The valid answers are one of those 3 choices. That's what you get to choose from.
This is a serious question that you're asking them.
This is not
answer.
nom, Smokey. There are rules. So, those are your options. Where's my royal we? Why is that not? None of that's here.
That's one of the ones that you edited so perfectly.
All you're talking about the sounds that I
Yeah.
spent hours and hours and hours and hours perfecting for this show.
The important sounds.
Well, I'm going to add them right now. Where is it? It's not on here.
What?
It's not on here. Oh, you know why? I know why. So I don't have this.
One soundboard goes one way,
Yeah,
one soundboard goes the
exactly.
other way.
Calmer than you are.
Linda, one of our big sponsors, not a sponsor of this show today, but one of our big sponsors has just been acquired by LinkedIn. And this is really interesting. This is really interesting to me. LinkedIn. So if you don't know who Linda is, they describe themselves as an online learning company. And they do screencasts. They get great people to do screencasts. I've learned a lot from Linda.
Yep.
Yeah. They were just bought or are going to be bought by LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is buying up all kinds of stuff.
They've been busy.
They are buying Linda, bringing in Linda, and I read that the deal is valued at $1.5 billion. $1.5 billion to buy that. It's 48% stock, 52% cash. Subject to the completion of customary conditions, the acquisition is expected to close during the second quarter of 2015. Wow.
You got a big...
Well, I mean, I'm really surprised about this because I wasn't thinking that. And of course, there's a lot of negative responses. People are tweeting me about it because they know Linda's a big sponsor of ours. A lot of people have been tweeting me about it saying, oh, great, here come the unsolicited emails. Here come the... I don't think so. I'll tell you what.
Right.
LinkedIn has bought other properties before, and they've mostly left them alone. Linda is a really, really good company. I'm not saying that because they're a sponsor. They are just a really good company. They've got a long, long history supporting and doing great stuff on the web. I don't think they would have done it unless they were feeling really positive about it and knowing that they could keep doing things the way they've been doing them. So I don't think anything's going to change. I'm optimistic. Usually I'm pessimistic, but I'm pretty optimistic about this one. So there is another really interesting thing coming out I'm going to tell you about from YouTube. But before I do that, let me tell you a little bit about Wealthfront. Wealthfront is do you see me drop the marker?
Mm-hmm.
See, it's
happy.
a secret thing. Wealthfront is an automated investment service that makes it easy to invest your money the right way. You set it and forget it. And a lot of folks, they want to invest. They don't know how, or they don't have a lot of money to invest. And they think, you know what? That is just not something that I can do because I don't want to, go to some old school place and like sit down and they're like, how much money are you ready to invest today, son? You say, well, I've got about $3,500. And laugh as the door hits you in the butt on the way out. That's not what Wealthfront is about at all. It doesn't matter how much money you want to invest. It could be a little, could be a lot. They manage over $2 billion in client assets, and they've grown over 20 times in the last 2 years. Wealthfront is just great. And the other thing about them is they use a lot of software. And this sounds super advanced, but they really know what they're doing. They have made some really amazing software that you go in there and you create your profile. And once you're done, you've created your profile, they come in there and they start investing based on your comfort level. Well, how aggressive do you want to be? How conservative do you want to be? Then they rebalance your portfolio. They reinvest your dividends. They do this all commission-free, and they do it in a way that's tax-efficient and maximizes your after-tax returns. They do all of this commission-free. They just charge 0.25% per year, which is less than a quarter of the cost of a traditional investment advisor. Really great service, and you can try it out risk-free. Wealthfront.com, wealthfront.com/5x5. And if you go to that special URL, your first $10,000 will be managed for free. So it's definitely worth it to use that URL, wealthfront.com/5x5. And now I have to read this legal disclaimer, or else I'll get in trouble. And for the people who listen to this at like 1.5 or 2 times speed, I bet this sounds really awesome because I'm trying as hard as I can to read it quickly. Hattie, do you want to try reading it this time?
Oh, no, I will butcher that.
I need to get Cash to read it.
Yes. And then
Wealthfront
speed his up.
What?
And then speed his up.
Speed
That
his
would be
up?
crazy.
Yeah. Wealthfront Inc. is an SEC-registered investment advisor. Brokerage services are offered through Wealthfront Brokerage Corporation, member FINRA and SIPC. This is not a solicitation to buy or sell securities. Investing in securities involves risk, and there is a possibility of losing money. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. Please visit wealthfront.com to read the full disclosure. I'll put a marker in there so that we can fix the little part where I messed up.
Good.
YouTube's paid. I haven't been showing the links. Look at this. See how that's squashed?
I know. It does it every time.
Every single
Why
time you
doesn't it
launch
just remember
Wirecast.
it?
Every single time you launch Wirecast, it has this ridiculous problem where it's capturing the screen from the presenter machine. Now it's fixed. YouTube's paid subscription offering is taking shape. It's almost here. They're going to be offering ad-free videos with offline viewing. And they're going to be charging look at, you're shocked.
I am shocked.
For $10 a month. Because what do we all hate the most about YouTube? We hate the ads. We hate the ads. And I'm fine with ads if I feel like I'm supporting independent content.
Or if I'm really interested in what the ads are about.
Yeah.
Like if that is something that I need or want or didn't know I need or want, but then
Right.
realized it, then I'm happy.
Right. But we hate the YouTube ads because they're, generally speaking, they're irrelevant to the content. An example here, Wealthfront. I think that's a pretty cool service, and I think our listeners might enjoy hearing that. But we're not blocking our content and forcing people to listen to the ad after they've heard it and signed up. Like, that's fine. Go do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's relevant to us. But like these same ridiculous YouTube ads, I have never once seen a YouTube ad now, if they were doing sandwich videos in front of the YouTube ads, I'd watch them all.
That's the other thing is if they're entertaining.
But they're not.
Yeah.
They're terrible. And if you're a heavy-duty user of YouTube, then by all means, pay $10 a month. Well, The Verge is reporting this. And it says the company told creators of popular channels today that the offering, which does not yet have a name, is coming soon. It will offer ad-free videos as well as the ability to store videos offline on their mobile devices for a price expected to be about $10 a month. It will also let creators put their videos behind a paywall so that only subscribers to the premium version can view them. The offering may also include lower price subscriptions for specific categories such as music and children's programming. YouTube Music Key, which is a model for the all-access subscription, has been in invite-only beta since November. And Google said Music Key would be $8 a month, $7.99, when it comes out of beta. I think a lot of people are going to be interested in this. I think a lot of people will make money with this. But creators are required to participate in the subscription offering, or every video on their channels will be set to private. So, kind of weird. As usual, YouTube always has a little curveball mixed in with that. Sources are saying that Disney is pressuring Apple to carry more of its channels. Apple wants fewer channels. Right? I mean, that would make sense, right? Apple wants the fewest number of channels. They want just really, really good channels. And here's Disney saying, no, no, no. We want you to have all of these other little channels that we do, and we really need that to ride along on the service. And Disney, of course, they don't want to comment on it. We'll see. I mean, we don't really know. The Apple is definitely working on something, and it's going to be big. But they want the bundle of channels to make sense. They don't want a bunch of junk channels on there. I don't blame them for that. Thank you for doing that for us, Apple. What was the game, Hattie, that Zynga made, the big one that Zynga made?
Oh,
I'm not testing you. I've
no,
forgotten myself.
I can't remember, but
Farmville, right?
I think that one was a Zynga game.
Farmville and Zynga Poker. Well, Mark Pincus, who is Zynga's founder, I don't know if he completely left. I think he just left the company, but now he's coming back and he's CEO again. So big deal, right? But it's weird how that happens all the time. You'll have a founder will leave, and then they'll come back. They'll leave, and then
Do
they'll
you think
come
they
back.
like miss their creation?
I don't know.
I don't know.
There are a lot of the reviews are coming in because Apple has released the latest version of OS 10. 10.10.3 is out in the world. People can download this thing and update it. And I feel pretty good about the dot releases. If you're sitting there on the fence of like, should I do this? This one, it's been out to developers since February. It's been into public beta testers since March. I'm very comfortable with 10.10.3. You just do your software update, and it will come out, and it has some built-in improvements. It will improve reliability of Yosemite recovery if you're restoring from a time machine backup. 300 new emojis are finally here. We get our new emojis. Now, I know you are excited about
I am
the new
excited. I do
emojis.
like emojis. I do.
Add Spotlight suggestion to lookup. Prevent Safari from saving website favicon URLs used when you're private browsing. I guess that could be a way, like if you really want to see what someone's doing in their private browsing, you could look at their favicon or favicon URL little things and figure out that they're looking at porn or whatever you do on your computer when I'm not watching.
Right during the show.
Anyway, a lot of fixes. Wi-Fi performance. It seems like it's a worthy upgrade, but you will also get the new Photos for OS 10, which is a replacement for both iPhoto and for Aperture. And people say it's really, really fast and it's really, really great and it has iCloud integration and everything else. And I am in such a strange place with managing my photos. I just don't even manage photos anymore.
I just have I have ones that I offload from my phone that are in like just dated backups, you know, where it's like I backed this up May 5th and then just everything that's in there and I back up the whole thing. So, and I have everything where it's like it'll overlap. So I'll have like all 4 folders or whatever from this year have pretty much all the same beginnings of photo, but the endings are different. Just back it up. Back it up.
Anything title. Anything title. Anything faster than iPhoto is going to be good. I don't even care about features. I just want to upload my photos and organize them in some basic way. But the new emojis are very ethnically friendly. They're very ethnically friendly. You can do the yellow guy. You can do the white guy with brown hair. You can do the white guy with blonde hair. You can do the slightly olive-skinned guy with brown hair. You can do the maybe medium brown-skinned guy, and you can do the darker-skinned guy with the brown hair. But there's still variants that are not here.
Right.
I want to do the guy with yellow skin and white hair.
It's
You
weird
can't
that
do
they
that.
made it yellow skin. It
He
looks
does
like a
have yellow-
smiley face.
He
just
does
with
have
hair.
yellow skin.
I know.
Which is fine. I don't care. That's not enough. 5 or 6 isn't enough. I want 20. But they have all kinds of variations now on all these guys. All these little faces in here. So I'm very excited to get these emojis. Now, do you know, Hattie, if these emojis show up correctly on an iOS device? They're not already in iOS, right?
No,
So
I
we're
don't
going to have to get an
think
iOS
so.
update?
Probably an update, yeah. See how much further down it is, and now it sounds better. It just falls over time.
Well, you just got to tighten it more.
I know.
It's because the thing is extended way too far. That's why I told you weren't going to like that.
I love
It's just not tightened down all the way.
it. There. Fixed.
That looks good.
Thank you.
All right, enough of that. There is a Maps update in iOS 8.3 that I found to be fairly interesting. If you are a business owner, if you're a business owner, you can claim a POI listing. POI stands for point of interest. You can go in there and you can claim the business within Maps. And I don't know how they really let this happen, where you couldn't really identify your own business, and if it was wrong, you couldn't correct it. But people can go in and do this now. So go ahead and do that in iOS 8 if you're using Maps. I am almost never use Apple Maps. I was turned off by all the weirdness that happened with it in the beginning, got away from it, ran away from it, full speed away from it. Did not enjoy the experience overall, and I've been using Google Maps ever since. By the way, the show notes for this with all of these links are at 5by5.tv/dbh/25, and you can go there and you can sign up for our little MailChimp newsletter. And you get in there on the MailChimp newsletter and you'll get all these links in your email. So if you missed a show or can't listen that day, you will not miss the links. And I appreciate everybody who's signing up. There's also going to be secret stuff in there.
Secret stuff.
Secret stuff. There's a pessimistic, I interpreted it as pessimistic, article about Twitter. It's an article on Recode by Kurt Wagner. And he has an article basically saying that Twitter is not set up for a takeover. There's not going to be taking over. No one's going to be hostile taking overs of a Twitter. It's not going to happen. Management instability. Twitter's management has been rocky for most of the company's existence, so much so that Facebook's co-founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg once said, quote, "Twitter is such a mess. It's as if they drove a clown car into a gold mine and fell in." Unquote. Funny perhaps, but true. Along with 3 CEOs since the company started in 2006, Twitter has been through more heads of product, also 3, in the past 18 months than Facebook has had in the past decade. Think about it. And I will say this now, and I want to come back to this and revisit this in a year. Twitter is a company, and you're going to be shocked when I say this.
I'm listening.
Twitter is a company without an identity. What? Twitter does not know what it is. Twitter does not know what it wants to do. I wish you get Mike Davidson on
It's
here.
fluctuating constantly.
What is Twitter, Hattie? You can describe what the service is, but as a business, we
Right,
can't
as a
describe what it
business.
is.
Yeah.
No one, even at Twitter anyway, can describe what it is. Facebook, look, Mark knows exactly what Facebook is.
Or
he knows
what he wants it
exactly
to
what he
be.
wants it to be. He knows exactly where he wants it to go. And whether these things are public or not, I don't know. But if you look at it, Facebook, and a simple way to think of Facebook is they want to be, you could say, oh, Facebook wants to be everything to everybody. They don't. They just want to be at the heart of the way that people communicate. They want it to be, they want to control how you interact with other people. So you've got Facebook messaging, you got Facebook mail. They want to interact how you connect with other people. So you get Facebook friends. They want to be in charge of your relationship status. I won't be surprised if Facebook acquires some of these, whether they're Tinder or other things like that, because they want to be in charge of all the relationship stuff. So I would think that that's something
Just
that
connections. People to people connections.
People
That's
to people
what
connections.
Facebook does.
Very well said, Hattie. That
Person
is
to person.
exactly right. I would like to make a person-to-person call. Do you know what a person-to-person call is?
I
It's
do.
It's not a collect call.
Right. It's not a collect call. It's
Person-to-person, Hattie. Title of the episode
Person
is
to
person-to-person.
person.
I would like for you to look up the correct definition of person-to-person call.
person dash.
I would like to make a person-to-person call. You got to say it like that when you do the definition. Management instability over Twitter because Twitter doesn't know what it is. Is Twitter a company that allows you to to chat with your friends? Well, sure, it definitely is. But what else is it? It's a lot of other things. They don't know what it is. They don't know where it's going to go. Ali Rogani, am I saying his name right?
That's your name, dude.
He left the company last summer. That led to a number of other high-level executives leaving behind him. Management shakiness. And this article continues, there's a general malaise that can creep over a company and decidedly public perception of it being a, well, clown car. That said, if anyone ends up taking over Twitter, that person or company would need to get through Evan Williams and Jack Dorsey, Twitter's co-founders and current board members. The duo own more than 13% of the company as of this time last year, and they still speak at company all-hands meetings when necessary, like they did in January to praise Costello. As co-founders, they both have personal and monetary incentive to stay healthily involved and, more to the point, to resist or approve of a sale. So, but you know what? I think of like everyone I know is on Twitter. Everyone that I know in my geek circles, they're all on Twitter. Well, guess what? Growth is an issue for Twitter. Since it first unveiled such totals in late 2013, the company added just 4 million new users last quarter, not enough to keep investors happy. In fact, a lot of the executive turnover mentioned above resulted from the struggles with addressing these growth issues. This may be one major reason for Twitter's board to consider a sale. It must be frustrating to watch growth stagnate, even as the company has proven it can make money off the users it already has. See, that's the thing. They've got to be growing. And so how do you boost growth? What do you do to boost growth? Facebook knows what you do to boost growth. You buy Instagram. You say, what's a really cool, popular application that's out there right now? What do people like to do? What do we want to do? If, as Hattie said, look how low your mic is now.
I know.
This is
I tightened it as much as I could.
Oh my gosh. You want me to just come down there and tighten it down for you? I mean, I'm not, no offense, but you're not the strongest person in the world. It also could be that boom.
Glass bones, paper skin. There. We'll start like this. Hello.
Yeah.
Just sit up really
Sit
tall.
up really tall.
And then
Do you
slowly
want me
over
to tighten it
time,
down?
just
I'm gonna
I'll
ti- I'm
sink
gonna tighten
down.
it down.
Tighten it just right where it is right now. And it has to.
Now, if you press that down, that'll keep you awake.
Yeah.
Give your
Sit up
posture good.
straight.
The thing is, Twitter doesn't understand what it is, where it's going, the way that Facebook does. Facebook says we want to connect people. So what are we going to do? Well, people like sharing photos. Instagram's out there doing. We're gonna do that. We'll get Instagram, WhatsApp. You've got Google acquiring stuff all over the place and building its own stuff. And what's Twitter doing? Nothing. Really? Nothing. They've got they took one tiny little step in a Periscope. Oh, well, we'll get a company that does like they're just not, and Twitter stock
like
is super
baby
expensive.
steps. They're just taking baby steps.
I love that position. And now because I tightened it, it's going to stay there.
Uh-huh.
All right. Listen, I'm going to tell you about our second sponsor. It's Tripcase. Talk about acquiring stuff versus building stuff. Tripcase is doing an excellent job of building a single solution. And it's going to save you from having to get a whole bunch of apps. And it's going to make your trip much, much, much easier. They actually help people take over 30 million trips last year by collecting their flight, hotel, and other trip items into a single app that runs on your phone or your tablet. You get free flight notifications that'll work with your Pebble and Android Wear and pretty soon the Apple Watch. They've got Uber integration so that when you show up, they can figure out right there in the app what your Uber rates are going to be and tap to get a ride. They have this really cool feature called Remember This Place so that if you're in a restaurant or a cool place, you just tap Remember This Place, and next time you're in town, it's like, oh, you like that seafood restaurant down the street. You go there again. Destination weather. One click, you see what the weather's going to be like when you get there. You pack smarter. Seat maps. So you can pick a seat on your flight. All of this stuff is integrated in one place. And then when you are so you make your reservation, you get that thing back from the airline that says, here's your confirmation. You forward that right over to Tripcase by email, and it reads it and figures out what it is and adds that to your trip. Same thing with your hotel. They work with 40,000 airlines, 100,000 travel agencies, all of this stuff in one place, and it is free, and it makes everything so much more simple to do. So go check this out. Special URL. Visit this URL, please, if you would like to support this amazing, wonderful program, the best show on the internet. You can go to TripCase, T-R-I-P-Case, tripcase.com/DBH. Support the show. Travel better. We sure do appreciate them being a sponsor of this show. Thank you very much to them. See, now, Hattie, look, your mic's still staying. All you needed for me to do was come over there and tighten.
Yep.
It's like when, when the gender stereotypes. Oh, honey, could you open this jar for me? Can you just open the jar? I never know if I should believe a woman when she asks me to come over and open a jar.
Why?
Because I think they're just doing it to boost my ego a little bit.
No. I usually open most of the jars here.
Yeah.
But I have dry, withered hands that have good gripping ability.
Yeah.
On
Your hands are very
lids.
much like one of those rubber things.
Yeah, exactly.
They look at the surface of your hand looks like.
You'll be like, this is impossible. And I'll be like, just give it to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I like this. I like forcing me to sit up straighter.
We'll fix it after this. I've only got a couple things left. We get such a big day today. Such a big day today with this Lebowski show. And I'm going to try and do, I think I'm going to try and do podcast method today.
Woohoo!
Yeah. I'm excited about it. But I've just got a couple more quick things that I want to do. But don't forget that poll. I want to remind people again not to forget the poll. The poll is going to be at 5by5.tv/DBH/25. Whatever you guys decide is what I'm going to do. If you're going to make me stay up till 2 a.m. tonight, I'm going to stay up till 2 a.m. tonight. If they decide that, I will do that. But I have one requirement.
Everyone has to stay up with you.
No. Should I come in and do a show until 2 a.m.?
Oh, gosh.
No. People need to vote. I need to get at least 100 votes or I'm just not going to do it. Like anything less than 100 votes, it's a poor turnout, piss poor turnout. And I'm not going to do it. Okay, last thing that I want to do today, I think we'll end it after this. Foursquare, there's a new app that lets you share it. This is right up your alley, Hattie. Foursquare for stoners.
right up my
It lets you share your
alley.
buzz. And so this is an article that was posted by Natasha Lomas on TechCrunch. Truly the bounty of technology's cup overfloweth. Cannabis smokers of the world wishing they could share their buzz with others can do so via an anonymous geolocation app called Who Is Happy
Wow.
on iOS and Android. They have dubbed themselves a Foursquare for stoners. The Just Got High check-in app is the work of Paulo Costa.
That's your name, dude.
An epilepsy sufferer who's hoping the resulting publicity helps to decriminalize cannabis in his native Brazil, given its medical potential as a treatment for reducing seizures. Who Is Happy was launched in Brazil in January. It pushed its way into the top 30 of most downloaded apps. Now it is open for downloads here in the U.S. So this is something that I think is right up your alley.
Why?
I don't know. It just seems like something you would be, because of what you do. You'd be,
I have not.
No.
No.
In the past 12 months, Crunchbase has reported 29 venture investments in cannabis startups for a total of nearly $90 million in capital committed. Pot is being decriminalized across the United States. Hattie, how many, did you find a definition of person-to-person call?
I did, and I put it in the show notes.
Can you please read the person-to-person call definition?
Let me get it for you right here. It is. A person-to-person call is an operator-assisted call in which the calling party wants to speak to a specific party and not simply to anyone who answers. The call is not charged for the call. The caller is not charged for the call unless the requested party answers.
Neat. Person-to-person call.
It says this method was popular when telephone calls were relatively expensive. So I would call like 5x5 and I would say, I need to talk to Dan.
Yeah.
And if one of the interns answered, I wouldn't be charged for it.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they're like, Dan's not here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's interesting.
Collect call, you would basically be on the hook if you answered it, and then we used to signal people that way. I would say I would like to make a collect call, like if we were traveling
Like a
and we're going to get
secret?
home.
Oh.
So let's say that my family had been staying with you, and we were going to be driving back late at night, and you're going to be sitting there worried. Are they home okay? Are they home
Right.
okay? Are they home okay? Are they home okay? When we get home, I would want to let you know that we were home.
Mm-hmm.
But I would make a collect call. I would say,
You
yes,
wouldn't
I'd
wanna
like to
pay
make
for
a
it.
collect call to Hattie Cook. And then the operator would say, okay, I'll do that. And you'd come on and you would answer the phone and you'd say, yeah, this is, hi, I'm Hattie. Hi. And she'd say, a collect call from Dan Benjamin. Would you like to accept the call? And you say, no, I can't accept those charges. And then you would hang up, but yet you would have been notified.
I would have been like, if he's able to make a call, that means he's home.
Right.
No cell phone.
Or sometimes you would even use a phony name. You'd say, collect call from the Eagle has landed. And you'd answer the phone and you'd say, oh, I know now who
right.
it is.
It was like a way to pass secret messages.
You could do all that.
I like that.
All right. Now I'm going to, I'm looking here at a map showing which states, because the 23 states and the District of Columbia currently have laws legalizing marijuana in some form. 4 states have legalized marijuana for recreational use. Do you know which states those are?
I believe. Wait, how many?
There are 4 states
4.
that have legalized
Isn't it
marijuana for recreational
right?
use. Do you want to? I'm going to quiz you on these.
Okay, it's quiz
You have
time.
4 chances. So, quiz time. That would be a good song.
Write that
Quiz
down.
time. Our new segment is quiz time. We need music for it, Daniel Jackson. Quiz time.
Okay. You said I have 4 chances?
Yes, 4
Or that's
chances.
4 things I have to guess.
4 chances. You have 4. You have to guess the 4 states that
properly.
it is legal in. And
Will you check them off as I go? Like if
you've
I get
only-
one right.
You've got to name them right the first time.
What? Colorado. Washington State. Oh, I want to say California. I know it's wrong. You throw a little Utah in there? And did I already guess 4? Was that 4?
That was 4, but
Oh.
I'll give you another chance.
For the last 2. Okay, will you tell me East or West Coast? I mean, it's going to be West Coast, but let's get real. Texas? No, I didn't think so. Montana.
All right, that's it.
I don't
Enough
know.
for you. You were right.
Tell me-
Colorado.
Okay.
And as you continue to work west, before you hit Washington, you go through
Nevada.
Oregon.
Oh, Oregon. Oh, right. How did I not get that one?
I don't know. And then you leave.
forget that Oregon
you
exists.
leave the continent and you go
Alasky.
north to Alaska. Very good. So you failed.
I did. Well, I got a 50.
Actually, you failed. It's 50 is failing.
Yeah, it is.
But there you goes. There is your trivia for the day. I think we have a little bit of music for everything.
Just everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's it. That's all we got for you today. So again, you please take the poll. I will
They want to
give
know
you
the
until-
poll link is.
I haven't made the poll yet.
I know. That's what I thought.
But I
thought
won't
that was the case.
You know,
They're like, put it in the chat room. Like,
yeah.
it
Well,
doesn't exist yet.
I will make the poll immediately following. So hang
I'll
out if
put it
you're
in
in
the
the
show
chat
notes.
room. Hang out in the chat room. Need a lot more pencils.
Yeah.
Hang out in the chat room. Letterman doesn't do that anymore.
They should send you pencils and then
Send me
from your
pencils.
company, from whoever your company is, and then you'll hold it up, you'll read the name of the pencil, and you'll throw it at the
Throw it
camera.
at the camera.
I like that.
Quiz time. All right. So please go to 5by5.tv/dbh/25 or danbenjamin.com/dbh/25 to find out the link to the poll and all of the other links for this episode. Thank you very much to our lovely sponsors, Tripcase and Wealthfront. And we will be back tomorrow. And I still think if I'm conscious tomorrow, you should definitely tune in tomorrow to see if I'm conscious.
Dan, they want you to Periscope at 2 a.m. of you buying the watch.
I will.
And I said you should do it.
If they vote for me to do it, I will Periscope the process.
I like it.
Absolutely, yes. Now I feel excited to do it.
Now you want to stay
Now
up, don't
that
you?
was so
That was loud.
harmful in my ears.
Now you want to stay up.
Now I want to stay up. Now I'd like to. Let's pretend that
This is NPR.
It's NPR show. Hi, I'm Mark Hamill, and I do a show called Welcome to PC. Mark Bramall was on yesterday.
Yes.
Did you guys catch that show?
Bramhill.
Mark Hamill. Okay. I like that one. First person to name that wins a magnet. First person to tweet me, Dan Benjamin. Oh, you can kind of see the magnet sitting.
You took all of it
There's
away.
a Bacon Method mug sitting over there on the intern's desk.
Right.
Way over there.
I believe that's Sybolts.
Sybolts. All right. Have a great day, everybody. We will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central, 11 Eastern, and 8 Pacific time to tell you how my phone experience went if you vote that I should do it. Otherwise, you can catch us as a rerun, essentially, and not watch live, which makes me feel a little sad. But please download the show either way. 5by5.tv/DBH. I'm at Dan Benjamin on Twitter, and you will have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.